Trey Anastasio is to fish. Kevin VanDam is to the Bass Master Classic, the most coveted title in bass fishing. Won it again in New Orleans. The Mississippi Delta was shining like a national guitar, and no one was better than Kevin VanDam. He shattered the previous 5-fish Bassmaster record by bagging more than 69 pounds of bass en route to his 4th title. That's some nice bass. Well done, Kevin.
Thanks.
Born and raised and lives in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Yeah,
Derek Jeter's hometown.
Absolutely.
That is cool.
Greg Jennings, too. Greg Jennings lives right down the street.
All right, there you go. That's right. He went to what, Western Michigan, I think?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Your 4th Bassmaster Classic title. How have they changed? How has the sport changed from title number 1?
Wow, it's come a long ways. You know, I mean, the first one I actually won in New Orleans, too.
Okay.
10 years ago.
Same body of water?
Same place.
Okay.
And it was in the summer, total different, really tough event. Now, you know, that area has seen a lot with Hurricane Katrina and the oil spill last year. But, I mean, we broke all the records, so it's alive and well.
Did you fish there before Katrina in your life?
I have, actually.
So take us through the evolution of how the water was and what your concerns were the first time you went back there post-Katrina.
Well, what happened, you know, with the hurricane is it really pushed a lot of water in there, salt water, and it took away a lot of the marsh. I mean, there was trees and I mean, there was stuff that was there before that's just gone now. So, I mean, it's like a whole new place now, without a doubt. But, you know, it's very resilient. The fisheries really bounced back. I mean, as you can tell from the weights from the tournament. So it's a special place. Talk
about your skill and how you're able to do this. People watching, why do you catch more and bigger fish than anybody else?
Well, I don't always. You know, this weekend, you know, I made it all work out. But, you know, I've got 21 years of experience now fishing professionally. And, you know, over that time, I've learned a lot about how the bass react. And, you know, a lot of people think there's a lot of luck in fishing, and there really isn't.
What have you learned? What are some of the things you've learned?
Oh, I mean, just how bass react to different conditions. You know, just like there, we had super cold weather at the beginning of the week, freezing temperatures, and then by the tournament, it was in the mid-70s, and the bass were spawning. So they change really fast. They're very much controlled by their environment, by the conditions that they're living in.
So how do you change?
Well, you have to be aware of those changes, and you have to learn while you're out there. Say I'm throwing one lure out there and the bass don't bite it or they just bump it. You got to change lures or change techniques or colors to get those fish to want to eat better. I mean, that's the thing about fishing, is it's a science that's far from exact.
So again, if you were to give one tip, like my son started fishing last year, what would you tell Brett to become a better fisherman?
You know, probably the best thing for a new fisherman is that if you can make a good, accurate cast. You know, so much of our fishing is done in shallow water around cover, like down there where we're throwing around grass and stumps and things, that if you can make a good, accurate cast and get your lure to enter the water softly, you can surprise a lot of the fish and they'll bite.
All right, Saturday, 10 a.m., ESPN 2. I assume you'll be watching. That's a big deal for you, especially when you know you're going to win, right?
Well, yeah, I know the outcome, but it still never gets old.
Absolutely. So again, watch Kevin do his thing. Once again, the Bassmaster champ, the best fisherman in the whole darn world. Thank you, brother. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.